All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, good thing I didn't add to that good thing I didn't add to that position. Good thing. All right. All right, so let's see. All right. All right. Right. Hmm. Isn't that something? Hmm. You know, as I was looking at the charts, at least this ES chart, I did not realize that the bulls were literally buying at this trend line, and this is where they were able to actually hold and break structure to the upside. Mind you, this trend line has been going down all the way since, so this trend line started at around November, December, around all-time highs on the ES. And this is where the bears have been shorting the trend line. We had this big pop and a big rejection at the trend line. We had a false breakout and price coming right back into this trend line. And when we finally was able to break out, they turned this resistance trend line into support and was able to get that breakout. And I'm not gonna move it or nothing because I mean, followed the rules on that one. So I mean, what can you do? I followed the rules. I mean, I even that was just I followed the rules on this one. Yeah, I followed the rules. So I mean, what can you really do? Mm. Mm. Damn, dude. What the hell? Mm. We'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. I had a limit set and it missed me by a couple ticks. So I wonder what's going to happen with that. Got a limit set up here to go short. Um, Not gonna lie, if I got literally missed by a tick and this thing actually breaks down and breaks structure to the downside and we see a short, that would definitely hurt my feelings. That would definitely hurt my feelings. Definitely. Oh my God. You know what? I think you're doing it on purpose. All right. Wouldn't that be something? And then if I did just miss this by a tick, I did just miss it by a tick. Um, mm, Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? I don't even want to see it. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, I mean, I can handle that, but because that was obviously. Hmm, let me see. Let me see what that would look like. Hmm. Okay. All right. So we definitely have we're I feel like we're going to see a big move tomorrow. I really feel we're going to either see a big move to the upside or we're going to see a big move down tomorrow. I just have this feeling that we're going to see a big move. Um, Here on the Nasdaq, we drew this line all the way from what was this? December 24th. So this is almost coming. This is a month away. This is an area where price broke structure to the downside here. Uh, Initially on January, or I think that may be the 6th, we had price come into that area and we had a move down. Now price is going to come back into this area. The question is, will we see price run through this and continue on and break out? Or will the bears hold this area and do we see a move back down into this trading range? That's the question. That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. And obviously, we have to allow the market to kind of tell us what it wants to do. That's why the price action overnight is definitely essential because it gives us clues of what it wants to do in the earlier sessions. Yeah, they came right back, they double topped, they dropped it right at that line. They're selling that retest right there. What was that? Sure, you took what, 5 points of drawdown, maybe? Yeah, like 4 points of drawdown in that, and then it dropped like from 80 all the way to damn. Oh yeah, that might have been that Friday where no, that couldn't have been. Yeah, I think that was that Friday. Yeah, I think it was that Friday, January 7th, 17 was that Friday. Yeah, that was Friday. That's where I wish I was looking at this chart. I would have saw that price was coming up into resistance. Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, that can't be it because it was like 2:30 or something like that. It might have been January 10th or something like that. Because I was looking for 2:30 and we didn't touch it. We didn't get to like 200 or something like that. Mm. Yeah, I think this might have been it right here, and then they popped it. Yeah, that's it right there. January 10th, not 17th. What is this line for? I don't know what that line is for. Oh yeah, it's probably like right here. That's probably what it was. Price came all the way back down to this box right here. That break and retest. Damn, dude. Damn. And we'll see what happens. I might have to take that L though. I might have to take that L. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I had a limit order sitting at right here and it missed me by a tick. It missed me by a tick. And I had this limit order sitting at I had this limit order sitting for a while. I mean, I don't think we get like a drop because obviously the EMAs are still sloping to the upside, but uh mm. That sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, damn, that sucks. Mm, that sucks. Mm. Mm. Yeah, let me make a new one. Mm. Okay. I mean, either this thing is going to completely miss me here, or we could see a bounce and uh, I want to be a little bit closer to this high right here on the ES. I want to be a little bit closer. Mm. Mm. You know what? I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I'm gonna play it like that. I'm gonna find it hard to believe that they get it above this wall right here. 425 though. Yeah, I gotta make sure that it's correct. Shit, if that's the case, then should have nothing to worry about then. Okay. All right. All right, so that's where I'm going to keep it. I cancel it off or something? 128. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm gonna keep it right here. Yeah, I'll keep it right there on the ES until I get more information. Because I mean, if we see this move overnight, it's highly likely to pull back into this range. Highly likely for it to do that. It's already ran that, so yeah. All right, I'll leave it right there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens overnight. But if we do get that drop and my target or my limit got missed by a tick, that will be heartbreaking. But I think that we're probably still in an uptrend. I might be wishful thinking at this point, but I mean that is. But again, I mean the only reason why I kind of was taking it there was because I mean this previous area right here, I kind of figured that these wicks up here, price might sweep these wicks, but mm, I mean you do got 102.75 right there. That would be heartbreaking right there. That would be heartbreaking, but we'll see. Uh, all right, so we got that. We also got 105.75 as well, which acted as resistance the last time. They touched that level right there. They swept it. Yeah. All right. I'm done looking at that. So yeah, Nasdaq. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I do find it hard to believe that the bulls will fail here. I do think that we'll probably get a breakout above this level, but this range right here, man, I would find it hard to believe for the bulls to just break past that without uh, profit taking in this area. I would find it hard to believe that happens tomorrow without no profit taking. So around like 955, we're just running up to 960 and 22K. So a 40-point range right here. I highly doubt that we see prices run through that without a liquidity sweep and a move right back down. But I also have a bearish bias tomorrow as well. So I mean, I'm not going to be. Um, I have a bearish bias is because of the charts. I mean, we're coming up into an area of resistance here on SPY. The question that I'm asking myself is, when price trades into this range, will we see a rejection? And I'm not saying a reversal. I'm saying a rejection. And I'm looking for the price to come back down here to 590, somewhere in here, somewhere in this little box right here, 590, where you got the 21 and the 50 EMA for a bounce. Or actually, this is XBX. My bad. Yes, sometimes I like to trade XBX options too. If I can get a good deal on the XBX contract, I'll definitely buy it. But right now, um, yeah, there's no good deals. But I mean, XBX SPY is, I mean, the price action is the same. If you're going short on SPY, if you can afford it, you can just go short on XBX. The premium is better. You can buy $40, $30 calls, and if price is going in your direction, you can make a lot of money on XBX. You can triple the premium, damn near. If you can get like a good move like this, I mean, just if you got a move like that on XBX, you 10 extra money for sure. You 10 extra money. Uh, but for us poor guys, we got to trade SPY. All right. Yeah. So just like the XBX, I mean, what is price going to do when it trades into that trading range? We already see a confirmation candle. We already know that there's bears in this area right here because of that candle. We know that there's bears here. The question is, are they still there? Are they limit orders to sell? Are they still here? And if so, this is the area that I'm looking for. 590, somewhere in that area for the bulls to come right back in and go long. And if not, if the bears want to keep going and fill this gap right here, if the bears want to keep going and get a nice gap fill at 585, if you're still in the short, that would be nice. We have FOMC in the next 9 days. The next 9 days, we have FOMC. We have FOMC, and that's interesting. So I could have sworn it was so unless we have the conference on a Thursday and not a well, I guess because the market was well, I mean, does that matter that the market was closed yesterday? Because January 30th, 2025 is on a Thursday, and we usually have it on a Wednesday. Let's make sure that I'm not mistaken and that uh all right, so let's look at the Fed meeting calendar. All right, so I was mistaken. So it's January 28th to the through the 29th. Apologize about that. So yeah, the meeting will be on Wednesday. Wednesday. And so that means we got 8 days until the FOMC meeting. So I wonder what the market is going to do now that we're getting closer to that date. We'll see if we get a rate cut and how much of a rate cut and how the market responds to that rate cut. That's going to be the game that's going to be played moving forward. Uh, yeah, the United States has definitely been living in a social experiment. I've come to realize that we've just been in a 4-year social experiment because I've been watching a lot of well we're probably I mean we're going into a new a social experiment, but I watched the Speaker of the House today. I watched an interview that he did today, and what he said was quite shocking, quite shocking. It's not unbelievable, but it's quite shocking. Uh, he disclosed in this interview that he wanted to meet with Joe Biden about some national security issues, whatever that means. But he said in this interview that he asked Biden why did he sign an executive like a particular executive order, and his response was that I didn't do that. And just going off of the speaker's word, he said that he genuinely did not know that he signed an executive order to do what he did. I found that interesting. And he said the question, and obviously we don't have to worry about that anymore. But if Joe Biden wasn't running the country, who the hell was? And why was this allowed to go on for so long? Because America did suffer. Poor people got poorer as usual. But they got so poor to where they couldn't even afford to live anymore. It's interesting that people had to take up multiple jobs just to be able to feed their families. Mm, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's it though. I mean, I could see that. I mean, I'm gonna keep it where it's at, but I mean, I'm just have to get some more information on that. Just have to get some more information. I mean, I guess we could see what that one looks like. You gotta get that fear out your heart, dude. Okay, yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy, dude. That's unrealistic. That's unrealistic right there. Yeah, if they was gonna drop this thing, they would have dropped it. 124, 125, huh? 124, 125. Yeah, 121 definitely could. You could see that move up to 121. We could. I doubt it though without a pullback. I don't think the market just shoots all the way up to 21 without a pullback somewhere. That would be absolutely crazy of the market, especially with it coming up into areas of previous resistance. That would be absolutely crazy. Yeah, what's good, game weight? What's good? I already know what your answer is going to be, but what you thinking, man? What's your levels looking like? Are we touching that angel's do rag? Do you see areas of resistance on your chart? I mean, this level right here at 121 is definitely an area of interest, but I highly doubt that it gets past 15, 14, 11, or probably, honestly, we probably might see a drop at like 10 or something. 10, 11. We probably might see 10, but I'll keep it at 15 or 14. Because this area right here, we'll definitely see a bearish reaction if price trades into this area. There is no way that ES bulls are going to break through that without a drop. There's no freaking way. No way. Not without a drop. It says Angels Durag. Yeah, there's no way. We're getting a drop at from 10 to at least 15, 16. We got that breaker structure down, and we did not get a retest. I mean, they made it all the way up to 7, but There's just no way that it breaks through that. There's no way. Shit, Netflix pumped up $100, and I was about to buy calls on Netflix, but then I was like, nah, Netflix ain't gonna, it's not gonna jump. And but did Netflix shut me the hell up? I said, well, let me shut up. I literally told myself that, damn, there's no way Netflix is getting to 1,000, and it shoots up to 1,000. I don't know what the hell Netflix did. I mean, yeah, Squid Game came out, but I mean, oh, ooh, damn, damn, damn. Typical Netflix, typical Netflix, typical. Can't ever hold the move. Netflix can never hold the move. Rest in peace to anybody that bought Netflix. Rest in peace. Netflix never holds the move. Let me make sure. I'm gonna see if it's showing the Make sure I'm looking at it the right thing. Of course, I don't have Netflix on my thing. Okay, so it's saying that after market Netflix is at 994. So apparently this is where Netflix is at right here, around this area right here. This is where Netflix is at, 994. Netflix is trading it literally at almost $1,000. And damn, I should have got. Let's actually look at the Netflix calls, because I was going to actually get some. Actually, I was going to get some Netflix $1,000 calls. Actually, no, I wasn't. Never mind. I lied. Never mind. Never mind. I would never spend this much money on options, especially out of the money. Especially. Yeah, this is an error right here. You see that the bid and the ask is way off. That has to be an error. Yeah, these are a bunch of errors up here. Where the ask is more than the bid. I mean, you're literally buying this position in the negative, in the red. Literally in the red. Or you'd be opening this position in the red. Excuse me. So, but for those that did not know, Netflix had their earnings today. For those that did not know. Good thing I looked at the Top Step Discord, because I would have missed it myself if I didn't. I didn't know that we was in earnings season. Or that not that we was in earnings season, but we was actually looking at the big boys. I didn't know we were there yet. Um, let's see if they got a calendar, if I can find one of the calendar in one of these Discords. Yeah, nice. Okay, so this week, all right, so we already had Netflix and everything. So tomorrow we don't have anything in the morning or anything in the afternoon that's going to move the market. So Netflix is the only thing that we had to worry about this week. Yeah, it was only Netflix this week. Yeah, only Netflix. Okay. All right. So we'll see if Netflix holds for whatever reason on earnings. Netflix never holds. Or let me rephrase that. If we see a big move on Netflix and then it comes right back down, and that's how Netflix usually trades on earnings. We'll see if it continues that trend going into tomorrow's session. We'll see. Kind of like right here, you see where it just pumps up and then it gives the move all the way back. It had bad earnings and it pumped. Wow, typical. It had bad earnings and it pumped. It had good earnings right here. We saw a gap up and then it crapped it right back down. So if I were to trade Netflix, shit, after the earnings, they gapped down after the earnings right here. And they did the same thing with this earnings as well. We had a gap down on Netflix as well with this earnings. So I learned this the hard way. Or actually, I didn't learn this the hard way. So the one time that I traded Netflix, this was during COVID, and I was looking at option flow, I believe on Unusual Whales. I think it was Unusual Whales or Cheddar Flow. It was one of those because that was the option platform I was using at the time. Now I use black box stocks, but uh, it was just so much bearishness on Netflix. It was like puts, and so I bought a far out of the money put on Netflix, and it pumped overnight. So I was like, damn, I guess those puts were lying. And then it super crapped. Uh, Super crapped. I'm talking about 100, 200 point drop. I think this is when Netflix had to turn off the password sharing and made everybody get their own account. It was around that time that Netflix had to do that after advertising that password sharing is something that they encourage and blah blah blah. Because I mean, they had all the movies, and now or when Disney and took away majority of their content and opened up whatever Disney streaming platform is, Netflix was really in trouble. That's why Netflix will accept anybody's content at this point because all this Disney, Pixar, all that content is gone and it's on Disney's platform. Squid Games, House of Cards. It was House of Cards, Squid Games, Alice in Borderland. I think those right off the top of my head, those were the three original content that Netflix had on their platform. I know they got Suits on there as well, but that's not original to Netflix. I think 60 Day, like I think they had like a prison documentary too. That's like a Netflix original, I think. Like they're really big ones where people of all races, ethnicities, ages, gender, etc. Oh, Black Mirror is another one. Black Mirror was really good. Um, that's all I can think about on Netflix. So around that time, they was in trouble. Squid Games is what really saved them. If they didn't discover Squid Games, then, um, or yeah, who knows where Netflix would be at right now? Who knows? You said Bears ain't about that life. Yeah, gain weight. I definitely agree. At the end of the, I mean, y'all saw it at the end of the stream. If I didn't recognize that the price was trending, I would have kept going short. I'm just glad that I noticed it. And I wasn't surprised when we got this short squeeze higher. I mean, honestly, I'm such a bear that when I flip long, from being short and my targets got hit, I was like, man, like, god damn. Oh, damn. Our bears just suck. I want a short, damn it. I want a short. Damn it. But yeah, if I didn't flip long, I mean shit. That right there would have been a big loss because once it broke that structure, man, it didn't come back. It did not come back on the ES at all. It did not come back. I mean, it somewhat came back on, or no, it did not. Because this is the same area because I got off at like 11, 10:30, and this is where I flipped long on the ES. So shit, the Nasdaq didn't give no chance for the bears until about damn 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and it came right back down to that low. But I mean, if it didn't give you break even, if you was short here, it didn't give you break even. But there's no way that you went short here and was able to survive this. This was like what, almost a 100 point move. Yeah, almost 100 points on the Nasdaq. Yeah, gain weight. Yeah, you'll probably get you'll be able to touch an angel's do rag pretty soon. But I do think that we're going to get a big move tomorrow, dude. Either we're going to get a big move to the downside or we're going to get a big move to the upside tomorrow. Or tomorrow or Wednesday. I feel that there's a big move coming. I mean, if you look at the structure of the market, I mean, there's a big move because either it's going to break above this resistance and we're going to see a short squeeze higher, or it's going to fail. We're going to probably get a false breakout above this high. And like I said on the ES, if it gets above 11, 14, no, actually, if it gets above 15, 16 at the max, I mean, I guess it could touch 20, but I highly doubt that it touches, that it trades past this range right here, or this area right here. That would just be absolutely crazy on the ES if it did that without testing it, rejecting, and then after that rejection, if it comes back up and trades through it, then okay, yeah. But the initial touch, that would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. And the same thing for for the Nasdaq. It's coming into that same, I mean, the same area of resistance. It's coming in. I mean, if it trades past that, I mean, I guess on the Nasdaq it won't be that. It's not that surprising. I mean, that's the Nasdaq. That's what the hell she does. It's what she do. So, but obviously we're not really getting too much action tonight. We're not really getting too much. I didn't really expect it to be. Um, I mean, with that run up that we got, I wasn't really expecting it. Uh, 7:30. Mm. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we get a pullback back into this range. We'll see. Mm. At the same time, I don't necessarily. Oh man. Mm. Mm. So Smith showed me that it was actually snowing down there in Florida. It snowed down here in Texas, and it snowed down there in Florida. So who's ever controlling the weather machine that they got? Obviously that person needs to be fired. Obviously, I got Kamala sitting there down there messing with the damn weather machine. Got it snowing in Texas and snowing in Florida. He sent me the video. It was literally snowing in Florida. It was white in Florida. It's crazy. Oh, let me talk about this before we end the stream. So I was able to actually read up on the Trump coin. Um, Trump meme coin. So obviously this is all on his on that meme coin website, trumpmemecoin.com. I think it's something like that. Or Trump meme coin or something like that, trumpmeme.com. Oh, get Trump meme dot. Okay. So for those that all right, so this is how this coin is allocated. There is a disclaimer here at the bottom. It reads Trump memes are intended to function as an expression of support for and engagement with the ideals and beliefs embodied by the symbol Trump and the associated artwork, and are not intended to be or to be the subject of an investment opportunity, investment contract, or security of any type. But it's saying all this crap, but if you got rich off of this damn coin, I bet the IRS wants to know about it. And I bet they call it a security. But anyway, so the gettrumpmeme.com is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign or any political office or governmental agency. The CIC Digital LLC, an affiliate of the Trump Organization, and the Fight LLC collectively own 80% of the Trump's card. So they own 80% of the float of this coin. The Trump cards subject to a 3-year unlocking schedule. And this is what I was talking about last night. So this tells me that if they have to hold and if their funds are locked for 3 years, that tells me that, yeah, we're seeing it dump now, but obviously that's the whales getting in, obviously. And if these people want to make their money in the next 3 years, it's highly likely, and it's not financial advice, obviously, that we're going to see a pump in this coin. Unless they just let this thing linger for the next 3 years, and when they're able to sell out of this coin, uh, it will be crap, which I highly doubt. But anyway, So it is subject to a 3-year unlocking schedule. The CIC Digital LLC and the Celebration Card LLC, the owners of Fight 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 LLC, will receive trading revenue derived from trading activities of the Trump meme card. See terms and conditions here. See card allocation here. So 80%. Now let me try to make this bigger. 80% of the float is with them. I mean, that should be obvious. And only, so they got 24 months. What is it? Because they got 6 groups. So they got digital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it looks like 24 months each that they're locked in this duration. And I think we only got 10% of the liquidity. Yeah, right here. You got 10% of this coin that's in public distribution. So the group 1 owns 36% of it. Group 2 owns 18. Group 3 owns 18. This is the public distribution right there. And then I guess so let me add this up real quick. Let me do the math. Okay. Yeah, so according to them, this is what they own right here. They own that. This is what the public is trading right here. And then the other 10% right here is group 5 or group 4 through 6. So this is a meme coin, people. I'm seeing a lot of creators talking about how Trump is scamming his people, but like I said, if you bought the top, I mean that wasn't a scam. You were just being foolish. Who buys the top of a move? Who buys? I mean, shit. I mean, that thing was pumping. It was pumping off a hype. I don't know why anybody would buy into it. I mean, I had to stop myself from doing it. I had to remind myself that just wait for the pullback. It's going to pull back, and it definitely did. It pulled back. So that's the plan with this coin. We'll see what Trump does with it. I'm pretty, like I said last night in last night's stream, if they need some quick money, they're going to do something with this coin and they're going to pump it. They're going to say something. They're going to allude to something with this coin. And if you're in at a great spot, in with the money that you're not afraid to lose, because again, this is a meme coin. It can do nothing for a very long time, and then all of a sudden it can be parabolic. Look at what XRP did. It can be parabolic, but after the 3 years, after what, 2028, that's when I will be looking to get out of this coin if you're in it at a good, decent price. Because obviously it says it right there in the disclaimer. It's going to be locked for 3 years. In a trust, so they can't even touch it. They can't sell it if they want to. Isn't a trust. So, so yeah, and then I'm pretty sure Trump is not going to want. I don't think he would put his brand on the line for a rug pull. But hey, we'll see. Anyway, like I said, I'm not in the Trump coin. I'm in the Melania coin. I got in at a good, decent price. I'm in at $3.50 right now. I think I have 20 coins, and I'm good with that. I've only put $60 into this, so $60, $65, $69 into it. So I'm not gonna cry over $69. I'm not gonna cry over that. If this thing pumps and I can 10x my money, I'll be happy. If it goes down to about $2, $1.50, I'm willing to scale into 30 more. I'm willing to put $150 into this, and that's it. No more. No more than $150. I'm not going to cry about that. If this thing is a scam and they do rug pull and it doesn't move for the next 3-4 years, and I'm okay with that. It was just 150 bucks. I'm not going to cry. But if I am able to build a position and it does moon, well, I'm going to be happy about that. All right, so let's look at the Trump coin right now. Let's look and see what it's doing. Let's look at the minute chart, the almighty chart, the almighty minute chart. All right, so let's look at what it's doing so far. Okay. I don't know why that's there. Okay. All right, so let's look at the almighty minute chart. All right, so we got that big dump on from the highs, as you know, that should not have been a surprise to nobody. Of course, it was going to sell out of that damn thing, especially the initial investors. Of course, it was going to sell out of it, as they always do. All right, so I might have to put this on an hourly chart because it's just too much data. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, if he was able to get in at 35 right here at that breaker structure to the upside, I mean, shit, if he was able to get in at, of course, and if he was able to get in at, I don't know where Trump started at. I mean, obviously, it had to have started underneath the dollar. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, if he was able to get into this thing and get out at these highs, that was life-changing money in literally less than 24 hours. Unfortunately, if you got caught in the hype, uh, obviously they dumped on you. But I mean, that's nothing that you should be surprised of. But it is finding support here. It did find support at this high. It does look like the bulls are trying to buy the retest here. Well, actually, they did buy the retest. But I mean, you still got this area of supply that the bears are selling into. And then obviously you got this big block of supply right here. So we'll see what they do with this coin. We'll see. Right now, if you got in, I mean, you should be up. But if they break, so my plan with this coin, if this thing dumps to about $11 to $5, I will consider buying into this. And it will be $150 worth. No more, no less. I'm not going to cry about that. But I am in the Melania coin though. And I am up about like what 14% or something like that. Well, not anymore. I caught this bottom. I was proud of it. If I had a significant size to where I can actually day trade this thing, I literally got in at the perfect entry at 350 at the bottom of that move down, and it just shot right up to about $5. If I was in this heavy, that move right here was so good. What a good move. But yeah, the Melania coin, you sat there and you chased this damn thing. Yeah, you got dumped on. You got super dumped on. Like I said, if it gets down to 250, I'll buy some more. If it gets down to $1, I'll buy more. If it gets underneath the dollar, I'm gonna buy some. And I'm just gonna hold it. I'm just gonna forget about it and hold it. That's my plan. It's not financial advice, but that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, uh how do I say this? How do I say this? So, I mean, I know a lot of people look up to Trump. Uh, I feel that if you want to be not necessarily Trump, but embody the success that he's had, uh, yeah, why wouldn't you want that for yourself? I mean, who else can say that not only did he turn his brand into something profitable, but when he made when they made the Melania coin, he literally took his wife's name and people made money off of his not only his name but his wife's name. How many people can say that they do that? That they can do that? I mean, people are. I feel like people are focusing on the wrong thing. Like you're just trying to find reasons to hate him. But the one thing that I've learned in my journey is that if you hate something or someone subconsciously, when your subconscious look and says, okay, so this person hates Trump. Well, obviously he's not uh, Jesus or something like how people want to see him. Obviously he's not perfect. We're not saying that, but he embodies the success that a lot of people wants. And if you hate Trump, subconsciously, everything that Trump has succeeded in, you'll block that from you. And I understand that may sound crazy, but that's how your subconscious work. Know thyself, know thy subconscious. That's why once I started to really understand the power of the subconscious mind, I really had to do a lot of internal work. I've seen for myself the damage one can do to oneself if you allow yourself to do it. If you hate somebody, you hate the embodiment of that person. And if that person is successful, you block all that success from yourself. That's just how the subconscious works. You don't have to like it. I didn't like it at first. I want to do certain things. Your subconscious creates habits. That's why uh, you scroll through social media. You creating a habit, and you're just going to do it. You'll probably find yourself picking up your phone just to scroll because you created that habit. You gotta really watch what you allow your subconscious to imprint on itself, because if you're not aware of it, it's very detrimental. You gotta pay attention to not being addicted to losing. That was a big one for me. Being addicted to losing, being addicted to being in a situation where you gotta grind your way out. Um, I recently was able to find out about myself, and once I noticed that and I started working on it, I've seen different results in my trading now. I'm no longer addicted to losing. And what I mean by that is before y'all saw that I would make trading hard for myself, not to lose, but to make it challenging. And that's not a winning mindset. That's not how you're supposed to come in to the market to trade. But I was addicted to, like, trading is easy to me, or I feel it's easy. If you get in that support, you get out resistance. To me, that's not complicated. That's easy. And so I would make it hard for myself so I can feel like I overcame something. I felt like I conquered the market, even though I put handicaps on myself, and I was addicted to that. And watching these guys play online blackjack, I mean, I'm like, damn, that's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I did. And I didn't like it, so I changed it. Another good example is if you watch Squid Games, they said that dude is addicted to winning. If he doesn't feel like what's that dude? 456. He's addicted to winning. And the theory is that he didn't felt like he win or that he won Squid Games the first time he was there. Even though he did win, it didn't feel like a win, and that's what he's addicted to. You got to really be mindful about the habits that you imprint on yourself, your addictions, all that, because it does affect other parts of your life if you don't get a hold of it, if you don't recognize it. Yeah. Yeah. You say you don't hate him, but you think he represents a lot of haters. Yeah, like I mean, honestly, um, like I said, I'm not the type of person that looks up and sees anybody, or let me rephrase that. I'm not the type of person that looks up to and feels that anybody is here to save me. I'm the only person that's here to save me. I don't look up to people. I can admire their accomplishments. I can admit, even if I don't like somebody, I can admit that, you know what, I don't like him or her based on their character, but I can't sit here and say that they haven't accomplished a lot. I'm not gonna make up things, or because yeah, like the media, like you said, the propaganda. Because like I mean, the one thing that threw me off about Trump, obviously I would have never cared, because I was like I tell you guys all the time, I don't participate in politics. I don't look up to the government to come save me. And all I know is that at one point in time before Trump became president, everybody loved him. Everybody had the utmost respect for Trump. I mean, you couldn't find anything negative about that man, not one thing. And then all of a sudden, he's this and he's that and he's Hitler. Like, uh, that was a red flag to me. Some of the examples that they used to kind of paint the narrative that this man is this and that is out of context. And I understand how the game is played. So obviously, if I see anything that is familiar to propaganda, then obviously you've already lost my trust. And I make my own decisions. I build my own belief systems. I don't allow people to build my belief systems. I can do that by myself. And he said some things that could be offensive. I will say that. He said some things that could be offensive, but uh, I don't think he hates anybody, and I don't think he's racist. I don't think he's Hitler. I don't think he's any of those things. He hasn't shown the behaviors to. I mean, I don't think he's rounded anybody up and put them in camps. I don't think he's done that yet. But yet, if you ask the media, he's done that. I guess somewhere he's done that, because apparently they use that word, that horrible word, so freely in the media, but yet he hasn't done any of those things. If anything, like I said, we talked about this. It's interesting that Biden pardoned Fauci, because we're talking about a dictatorship. They made us take a vaccine that wasn't even tested, and then come to find out it didn't even work. And they made you take it. And they threatened you. They took away your job. They kicked you out the military. And I mean, shit, that looks like a dictatorship to me. You took away the choice. Like if I wanted to maintain my livelihood, I had to take a vaccine that wasn't even tested. And then they made it seem like, oh yeah, it saved lives and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But obviously we know better now. And yet nobody talks. Well, the media doesn't talk about it that way, obviously. But it just seems like the last 4 years has just been like just a social experiment that completely divided everybody. It completely divided family members. First, it was the vaccines, the mask. People literally stopped talking to family members, disowned friends that they've known for maybe a good portion of their lives. because of a mask, because these people aren't vaccinated, because of this and this and that. That was the first one. And then comes the election, the same damn thing. You voted for Harris, you voted for Trump, you can't come over. We're not coming over. Uh this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's crazy how people's not even paying attention to any of it, or majority of the populace wasn't paying attention to that. They was fearful that Trump was doing it, even though they were living in it and they couldn't see it. I just found that very interesting. So, uh, in my opinion, that was a dictatorship, in my opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion though. Well, it wasn't TikTok, it was always China. Uh, it's not TikTok. TikTok is just a social media platform, but the Chinese government owns it. And obviously, if you watch the TikTok CEO go to Congress, you would see that it made it clear that they were saying that this is not a quote unquote Chinese app, and that the CEO, all this was in Singapore. But if you know about China, the government has access to everything. Once, if they request anything and you operate in China, you are obligated to give anything, all data, everything to the government on request. And it's always been about China and data safety. But I mean, the crazy thing is that, I mean, if you're in the IT field, in terms of, at least in the government, China already has everybody's data. So it's like, I mean, China has been hacking. They've been in the United States systems for so long. It's crazy that they act like they're not there. China already has your data. So I never really got what was the whole point of that. But it's not TikTok. And what he's talking about now, or at least what he's saying to the media when it comes to TikTok, is that he's trying to make it into it's trying to generate an income for the United States. That's what he's looking at. That's what he said. He said that TikTok has a $1 trillion valuation, or at least close to it. And he says that he feels that the United States should be entitled to half of that, because without the United States, without the user base, without the US economy, TikTok would not be as valuable as it is now. And that's why he's quote unquote using TikTok as a negotiating chip to own half of it. What they really want is TikTok's algorithm. That's what they really want. They want that algorithm from TikTok. Because obviously, if they could have done what TikTok is doing, they would have done it. Especially Meta, especially Facebook, or my bad, Instagram, YouTube. They tried to imitate it, but obviously is nowhere close to TikTok. They want that algorithm. And once they get it, or if they get something similar, just look how YouTube will change, Facebook, Instagram, how they would change, and then they'll be able to compete with TikTok to the point to where it might even replace it. That's what I envision for this. We'll see if it happens though. We'll see. I will say that, I mean, yeah, that's actually what a lot of people, that's actually why they came up and was trying to ban it, or at least that was the speculation. They're trying to say that TikTok is what won Trump the presidency. TikTok. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, you can put it all in a bag, put your hand in it and pick one. But when it comes to me, I like to only focus on things that make business sense, because obviously my mind is is geared towards business and business strategy and analysis and stuff like that. That's what interests me and that's what keeps my attention. I don't care about anything else. But I'm going to focus on what Trump said if you watched that live stream of him signing all those executive orders. He wants half of TikTok. And I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. I think that would be good. And we can start paying off some of this debt that the United States, because I mean, obviously we're operating in a deficit. We can start generating some income to start paying off that debt. Maybe inflation will start coming down, and we'll be able to afford things again. But I do understand everybody has their own opinion of Trump. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care about people's personality and what they do. My focus is what your character's like, and if what you're doing makes sense. I don't care. Or that's not where my energy goes. I don't put my energy into stuff like that. I feel like I'm here on this earth just to understand things, to learn and understand. That's it. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. I'm just gonna learn and I'm understand. And if at one point in time in my life where I can be a CEO of a tech conglomerate and be a tech oligarch, which I mean, shit, why not? That can be a goal. That can definitely be a goal. They say make your goals big, so it'll take you several lifetimes to complete. Well, shit, that can definitely be a goal. Mm. That's all I focus on. How I can make myself better. How can I make the people around me better? That's it. Mm. He said they need to start trading the NQ so it can pay off his debt. Shit, they start trading the NQ. Shit, we'll be in $10 trillion in deficit or however the hell as much it is right now. Let's actually look at that. Start trading the NQ. It's like, well, yeah, we had to sell you guys to China, so now everybody has to learn Mandarin. Just like that SBF guy, he lost everybody's money sitting there gambling on crypto without a stop. Gambling with crypto without a stop. Okay, is the current national debt. So right now we're at $35 trillion. If they started trading the Nasdaq shit, that would probably be quadrupled. $35 trillion in a deficit right now. So that's interesting. So I would be in this right now if I didn't move my stop or if I didn't move my limit up. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to babysit this overnight, or I'm not going to watch the charts overnight. Once I get off stream, that's it. So if I wake up and this thing drops enough to fill my target, I'll cry about it, but I'll get over it. Actually, so if I got in right here, so it would need to actually touch. I think I need to touch 88 for my target to get hit. I think. So it would need to come back down to 90.75. So this is where my target would get hit. So if I wake up tomorrow and see that it did drop at least to my target, I'd be like, damn, maybe I should have kept it there. But I just don't like how the market is stalling at this area. I don't like it. And usually when the market is stalling, that means that we could potentially see a short squeeze to the upside. Another thing I don't like is that the EMAs are still, excuse me, I don't like that the EMAs are still trending and sloping up. I don't like that. If the EMAs were more flat, I would trust, I guess I would have kept it there. But if we do see a drop, it's highly likely that they'll buy it. It's highly likely they'll buy it, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see. Sharpen coin. Yeah. I mean, dude, I mean, honestly, I guess what I'm gonna do with this channel, I'm thinking of some ways to really make it better. Well, not in terms of making it better, but just being more, uh, provide a service, um, make things easier, I guess. For those that are not comfortable trading, being able to read the charts and actually, having the confidence to trust the charts, stuff like that. Um, And I only say that is because, yeah, like I just study, like I've stuff like uh, everything that comes with being business, a business strategy, the growth part of it, understanding the politics, stuff like that is very interesting to me. Uh, People, the dynamics between how some people are better off as managers and some people are better off as workers, and being able and just having that what do I call it? I guess that mm, just that knowledge to know how to kind of interact with certain types of people. Now, if I were to own a business, all that stuff that we had to endure in terms of like the DEI stuff, like no, 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 no. I will always hire the best person for the job, regardless of who they are. I don't care what they are. As long as they come in and they perform and they do their job professionally. That's all I care about. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're an alien. I don't care. I don't care about none of that stuff. As long as you can perform, that's it. I'm not going to hire someone just because they're a part of a marginalized community. I mean, shit, we all see what's happening over there in California. So, and that's what happens when you don't hire the best people for the job. You just hire just to show face. That's what happens. From the governor all the way down, that's what you get. Got everybody eating at each other. One person's pointing their finger at the other person, and it's just a pointing contest to see who can point longer at the other person. And it's like, yeah, let's blame this person. No, I'm blaming that person. No one's taking accountability. And if nobody's taking accountability, that's like the first tall tale sign that there's no leaders in the room at all, because the leader knows that all problems are their fault, every single thing. Because if you have the responsibility to take care of something, let's just say a box, kind of like just to keep it simple, like on TV shows where they have like the kids take care of like an egg, and if they break the egg, then they fail the project. It's just that simple. Regardless of how you delegate tasks, the goal is to not crack that egg. And if that egg gets cracked, regardless of who did it, like if you delegated the task to somebody else to wash that egg and they break it, you, as the person that's responsible for that egg, will always get the blame. And if you're not saying, is my fault. I will use this opportunity, or I'll use it as an opportunity to do better in the future. If you're not saying stuff like that, then you're not really a leader. If you're saying, well, it was this person's fault, it's that person's fault. No, you're the governor. It's your fault. You delegated the task of fire chief to you should have to the best person possible to do the job. But no, you wanted to find someone to play a role that quote unquote looks like something or a part of something. So you can say that, oh, yeah, I'm progressive or whatever the hell, instead of just hiring the best person for the job. So, yeah, I'm obviously, I mean, if y'all don't get that, that's the part of the camp that I'm in. Shit, I wouldn't hire my own mama if she wasn't even a good fit for the job. No, mama, you're not getting hired. I love you, but shit, no, you can't do this job. No, no. Yeah, so. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think the market is just going to chop. But here's the one thing that I'll say before we get off stream. Usually, when we see the market go up, when the market opens, we usually see a big correction going into New York if we don't see it in London. I'm gonna keep my eyes on that. Kind of like what we kind of like what we saw right here, or the market continued to trade it up and we got this big drop down. It seems like every time when we open with a big move up, we got a big move down throughout the day, and that's usually the pattern that I see in terms of the market. I mean, yeah, this one we got a big move up, and we just had a big move up, but that's not usually the norm. We usually get a move up and a big move down when the market opens. And we get a big move up and then a move down. Then we got a big move down and then shit, a big move up. So we'll see. My bias is bearish. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. My bias is super bearish. We need to see a breakout. If we see a breakout, then I'll flip back being bullish. But until that breakout happens, I'm going to be looking for that short. I'm looking for that short. But we'll see. Yep, my own mama, she can't get hired if she's not the best person for the job. She's not the best person for the job. She ain't getting hired. I love you, mama, but I need the best person for the job. I feel like that's what I mean. I see a lot of people. So I mean, it's not like I'm just saying this stuff. Through my observation of other people's businesses, and I think this is the only time where you should mind somebody else's business if you're observing and seeing what you can take and what you should avoid. It seems like every time you hire friends and family members, that business does not last. It just doesn't last. It just doesn't. Because obviously, when it's family and friends, there just comes a sense of entitlement. It's hard. I mean, it's just hard to navigate through that. That, oh, we've been friends for this long. How could you do this? Let me do this. I'm going on vacation. I'm doing that. They just feel entitled to everything. Even if they have a small contribution to the business, to them, they can only do 2% of everything, but want the same size pie as everybody else. I mean, we all know how business is always that one person that does all the work and everybody else is just there. But everybody feels that they're entitled to the same size of the pie. It just does not work. It just doesn't. That example has been displayed time and time and time and time again. Family members and friends are not great business owners. They're just not. They're just not. Obviously, there's some outliers, obviously, but for the most part, you hire your friend, you'll probably lose your friend. You'll probably lose that person if you have a business and you hire them. And that's just the dark truth. Okay. But all right, guys. Hell no. Hell no. You bet not touch my damn account, mama. Hell no. 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 But all right, guys, we'll come back tomorrow morning. Obviously, the market is not doing nothing tonight. We've already went over areas to look out for tomorrow. I do think that we'll probably run this high on Nasdaq. We'll probably run it, and we'll probably see a rejection between 960, 950, 960, all the way up here to 22K. Somewhere in this area is probably where the bears will step in and reject on the Nasdaq. You just don't know with the Nasdaq. You just have to wait for the confirmation. On the ES though, I feel like that's much easier. I highly doubt. I highly doubt that without a retracement, the bulls are going to get past 15, 16. If the bulls just trade through this, I mean, like at the most, if it trades through this, maybe 20 at the highest, 20. But I highly doubt that it trades through this because it's this area 115, 117. Let's see, like 117, 115, 114. I'm just going to say 15 as just to split the baby between 17 and 14. It's been, this area right here has been acting as support for a long time. You can see that they've just been bouncing off of 17, bouncing off of 9, bouncing off of 15, bouncing off of 11, 14. This area has just been support for a very long time. I highly doubt the bulls were able to get past this because obviously it broke structure here at, I mean, I guess you could say at 11, 14, 15. You know, I'll just say here at 11, 13. It broke structure. There's going to be bears here. There's going to be people that if they went long here and they was able to survive this big drop, they're going to get out at break even right here for sure. They're going to sell their way out of their position. Bears are going to sell it here. People that are long are going to sell and take profits here. So I highly doubt that we see a run past this level right here. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, everybody. We'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll definitely earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.